Thank you for watching the video. Please leave me your comments. I apologize, this video is a little bit long, but it's just that I have received so many emails from many sugars asking me why I hate Meghan Markle and calling me a racist. It's not racist to dislike Meghan Markle because she has done so much damage and she has lied so much. So I ask you to please, and I compare her to Catherine because they say that I like Catherine because Catherine is white. Meghan Markle is white with mixed heritage. I don't have to dislike, I'm not against Meghan Markle and pro Catherine. It's just that Catherine has behaved impeccably and is a decent person, whereas Meghan Markle, in my very humble opinion, is not. And for me, it's not about a matter of race. In fact, Mr. King said that we should all be judged, not by the skin of the color, but by your actions, by your character. And in my very opinion, Meghan's character is terrible. I hope you bear with the long video and give me your opinions. Thanks for all your help to my channel. And thanks for being a part of this wonderful platform. I appreciate every one of you. And thanks to all of you who give me super thanks. That really helps. Thank you very much. And please watch the video. Sorry about that. I want to do the makeup today thing. It's amazing how Meghan Markle is claiming that the paps were hounding her. Today, I want to talk about comparison about Meghan Markle and the Duchess of Cambridge. Now, we know one thing that, I'm sorry, this is a sidebar. I hate a lot of people that they only put the mascara in the middle, never on the side here. And for me, it's more important the side because it opens up your eyes. So I use the last lash there to make sure that it looks nice. Yeah. So today I want to do that. I want to talk about Meghan Markle is trying to desperately present herself as having been hounded by the paps. By the paps, just like Princess Diana. Harry saying that the clicks that Meghan Markle. This is a Bioderm 50 plus with a light tint, gel based. I have to go to a meeting today, so I have to look a little bit presentable. But this is not really a foundation. I just put this is the SPF with SUV protection 50 plus. It's really, really good, And I'm not. This is not sponsored or anything. Many people ask me about that, and I use this all the time when I have a meeting because otherwise I use my regular one, which is also Bioderm 50 plus. Gel based, because I told you I don't like cream or oily creams in my face. First of all, I am oily, and as I said yesterday, I think you don't drink oil when you are thirsty, you drink water, and I apply the same logic to my skin. I think I might be wrong, but still. But anyways, so Meghan Markle is trying to say, and Harry are incredibly putting out the narrative that Meghan Markle was hounded by the paps, by the racist paps. I dare you to look at one picture of Meghan Markle as Prince Harry's girlfriend being hounded by the paparazzis or being called the names that the Duchess of Cambridge was called. She used to be called C-U-N-T, R-U, dog, all kinds of things. Can you imagine if Meghan Markle had been called those names? And for some reason, people are hell-bent on saying, if Meghan gets called the C-U-N-T word, that's racist. If Kate gets called the C-U-N-T word, that's just mean. No. Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge, now the Princess of Wales, was horribly abused and harassed by the paps who knew her schedule at home. They would be waiting for her at the house of her apartment outside. You can have lots of pictures. You can see lots of pictures of the Duchess of Princess of Wales, and I mean Catherine, Princess Catherine, being harassed and hounded. Meghan Markle called herself the police in Ontario, in Toronto, to draw attention to her, saying that there were paps out there. The police came, there was nobody. The police left, haven't found any evidence of any paps ever being out there or her being harassed or her door being broken into like she says it had. So let's talk about the N word that Meghan Markle said that her child, she refused to present the child to the British public, because it's the British public who was asking to see the child, because it is an agreement that they have, because the British public at that time was paying for all the luxuries her children get. By the way, you know that when they said that Meghan Markle said that she should be getting paid for her the public appearances on behalf of the Queen, they were. Prince Charles was giving them almost 3 million to, I think, 3 or 4 million, equivalent to almost $4 million a year on salary. Clear. This is on top of the fact that they got all their housing, all the traveling expenses, everything. They got everything covered. That was pocket money for them. Okay? So, fine, please, fine. Now, Meghan says that all the things that Catherine got called, because the paps were yelling at her with the most vile things. And I said, can you imagine? The N word, by the way, it is not used in the United Kingdom, and actually it's not used in Europe. They don't use the N word. That's actually a very American thing. So Meghan is saying that why should she give or show the pictures or show her child to the very same people who were calling her child the N word without giving names? Because now things have escalated there were conversations about what color this child's skin was going to be, to now the child being directly called the N-word. To me, the most amazing thing is that the press is not calling her out on it, nor is she being sued. Because what she's saying, that's actually a crime in the United Kingdom. If somebody called a child that falls under the crime thing. So I'm surprised that the newspapers are not saying, and I suspect that the newspapers are not calling her out, because she wasn't specific about it. It's like people are wondering, who called your child the N-word? The United Kingdom? The people of the United Kingdom? Because they're the ones who wanted to see the child. The press? Or the royal family? Is that why she's denying the royal family access to see her child? Because they called the child the N-word, even though that doesn't compute in there's another words that they use. But actually in the United Kingdom, it's not really, they don't do that with the N-word or anything. So why? Nobody has used that. Nobody has said anything. Whereas the Princess Catherine, she did suffer a lot of hatred, discrimination. It was horrible, the abuse that she and her family got. And you never heard her once complain. Prince William had to intervene once when, after they broke up, they went too far and started attacking Carol Middleton, because apparently being a hardworking person and a self-made millionaire, because Carol Middleton is a self-made millionaire with strong family values, it was something to ridicule and make fun of. And yet, that wasn't racist. We also have I've actually posted the links, and if you go to my community pages, you're going to find the links and pages. People from CNN openly discussing when the Princess of Wales, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, was pregnant with George. They were openly discussing how good it was that Catherine was bringing darker genes into the royal family, and wondering what color skin the child would be. Because she would, because she was a darker tone, and they were wondering. I've posted it on my community thing. This was worldwide. Everybody wondering, and everybody praising the fact that Catherine had exotic genes bringing into the royal family. Nobody claimed, wait a minute, that's a wrong conversation to have. No, because that's curious. That's absolutely curious. In normal behavior, people wondering what the child's going to look like. But Meghan wanted to find offense on everything because she needed to have an excuse to fulfill her goal, which is manage to grab a royal title and take off to California. So and I've said this before, she needed to vilify, and this is why the royal family made it very hard for her, because they basically gave in to every whim she wanted to make sure that she had nothing to complain about. She got to ride the train with the Queen, which Catherine hadn't done. Her mother was invited while she was engaged to Prince Harry when they weren't married to Balmoral. Her mother wasn't invited. Her family was invited, but of course Meghan Markle trashed her father. So where is the N word? Why the abuse, the bullying that Catherine suffered is okay? And Meghan being called out for her life, because this is the crux of it all. Meghan Markle is angry. She's being called out about her lies. I've always told you that the reason why Meghan Markle wanted to quickly get married to Prince Harry is because time was her enemy. Because she knew that the longer she remained engaged or the girlfriend, a lot of things were going to come out. And she knew that the longer Harry remained with his family before marrying her, there was a very good chance that he would see right through her, like we all do, and not marry her. So I am asking you people, because I'm actually baffled. I've received so many emails that the reason why my YouTube channel and many others exist is because we're all racist against Meghan Markle. Or, for example, if I criticize the Democratic Party, I am a Trump. And I had, no. What? I love the royalty, I love the monarchy, but they're not above criticism. And you criticize an institution when they're not doing something right because you love that institution, that you want them to be better. You want them to be better. If you see some corruption somewhere or something that is not right, or people in that position of power abusing that power, you call it out, because that's not what that institution is about. So I'm comparing Catherine to Meghan Markle because I want you to tell me, Catherine is a woman of strong family values. You can look at her. She's about unity, respect, service to others. But yeah, her core thing is family, duty, service to others, kindness. Before Meghan came into the picture, there was complete unity inside their whole family. They were all going to, because Catherine, in the almost 20 years that she'd been there, had brought the brothers together. They were starting projects together. She included Harry to make sure that he wasn't left out. In fact, he said that he would come and have dinners with Catherine and stuff like that. As soon as Meghan came into the pictures, all of his childhood friends were gone. He was isolated from her family, from his friends, from everything he's ever known. Now, let me tell you something. That is what abusive people do. I know that from personal experience, because my ex-husband, the first thing, he didn't want my friends around. He didn't want my family around. Ask me how many times we went to the movies in the 13 years we were together. Not once. We didn't go out anywhere. He didn't like people coming in. He didn't want me to see anybody. And the major fights that we had was because, in spite of his not wanting me to see anybody, I would still have my family over. I would still have my friends over. I would have suffer consequences afterwards, but I would still do it because it was very important for me. So let's reverse the roles with Meghan Markle. What if Harry was doing to Meghan Markle what Meghan Markle is doing to Harry? I can guarantee you the entire woke Hollywood would be saying, oh, Harry's being abusive. Let's switch their behaviors and pretend that Harry is the one isolating Meghan from her family and everything. People would be calling Harry an abusive person, controlling, blah, blah, blah. Yet nobody's doing that with the woke Meghan Markle. Instead, we get clusters of these little videos on all of the woke media, Elle, People, Oprah, leading the pack. Meghan Markle is an activist. That little video, every 8 hours, they're publishing that. They think that by publishing a lie very often, it will become true, but that's not it. No matter how many awards Meghan Markle and Harry get or buy, it doesn't change who they are. So we have a woman, Catherine, grace, poised, beautiful, classy. You know, you can't buy class. And then we have Meghan Markle, a woman. And let's look at this. Look who Kate invited for her wedding. She even invited the pub owner family because, you know, they know him. You could see all her family were very important. Even that colorful uncle from Ibiza. People from her village, from her mother's village where she grew up, were invited. Who did Meghan Markle invite? The people from Suits, she didn't invite anybody from her childhood friendships. None of her family, black nor white, other than the mother, who she uses as a flag everywhere. How has she treated her father? And I ask this because of the RFK, that they preach is kindness and justice. Meghan Markle has justice coming to her in the form of Samantha Markle's lawsuit, because Samantha is not backing down. And the discovery phase is going to be brutal for her and Oprah. This is why Oprah is backing Meghan so much, because Oprah went too far. And I guess she feels it's too late for her to back out because she's too arrogant. Oprah is not a humble woman. She is an arrogant, entitled bully. So that's who Meghan Markle is. This is a woman who's lied about everything. You know, they said that imitation is the best form of flattery. But Meghan Markle takes it to stalking, because she stalked Catherine. She stalked the royal family. And the worst part is that she denies it in spite of all the evidence. So I ask all the sugars out there. Meghan Markle doesn't have any lasting relationships. Nobody. She has a makeup artist, some woman called Jivanka, who's another insane person. Other than that, who else? She doesn't have any lasting friendships, no family around her. She has trashed everybody. It takes a pretty cold-hearted bitch to trash her sister, who's in a wheelchair, you know, with advanced MS, and destroyed her reputation to the point that she's been ridiculed and her safety has been put in danger. Because Polk County, Polk County, Florida, they're still, and you know, I've heard some comments, well, if Polk County police don't want to do anything, it's because, and they're very fair, and I told you before, that's the issue I had with Norway. Oh, Norway has this image of being very fair and blah, blah, blah. Not if you live in Norway, not if you have my case. And thankfully, I won it also in Norway, because I won all those cases in other countries. But Norway refused to recognize them in spite of the fact that by law they had to. Until I had another trial in Norway, and 7 judges said, no, she's innocent, this is wrong. But by then, 8.5 years had passed, my reputation had been destroyed, my livelihood destroyed, my son's childhood pretty much was abhorrent. And this is the problem that we see with people like Meghan Markle, that she got into a position of power, and the first thing she did was destroy everybody who could call out her lies. And please let me know if I'm wrong. That my real theory on this is that the reason why she's calling all the people who really know her and she's trying to trash them really badly and discredit them is because she thinks in her mind that if she does a good enough job of discrediting their reputations completely, when they speak out and say the truth about her, nobody's going to believe them, which is what's happened with Samantha Markle, her father, and even her brother. To the point that Meghan Markle went on national TV and said that she was an only child, that she wished she had siblings. And many people have said, but she didn't say that, did she, Paula? What she meant to say is, you know, in the world, it's not what you mean to say, it's what you say. And then people try to apologize for that or make up stories. She said on national television that she was an only child and she wished she had siblings. If you wished you had siblings, that means that you're an only child. Had she said, I have siblings, but I don't have a very good relationship with them and I barely see them, that's a whole different story. But that's not what she said, is she? And then she said that she doesn't have a father anymore while Mr. Markle is being alive. So we have Catherine, a woman of values, family, honest. And we have Meghan Markle, a dishonest woman who trashes everybody and has been lucky enough to get away with all these lies. Because that's what's happened. She's been lucky enough because unfortunately the only people who can call her out on her lies, right now we have one, Samantha Markle is the only one, the one with the least resources, because trust me, it's very expensive to sue Meghan Markle, is the only one calling her out. Samantha Markle is calling her out and saying, wait a minute, Samantha Markle gets death threats. Polk County Police in Florida don't take her seriously. And would you like to know why? Because they read the newspaper articles printed. There's this, I left a message with Rebecca English, or I don't know who it was, that printed that Samantha Markle, that she was fed by Meghan Markle's camp, that Samantha Markle was on a fixated list for stalking Meghan Markle in the UK. And it's not true. She didn't do her due diligence. She just rushed to print it. Journalists nowadays, they don't do their due diligence. They rush to print and they never retract. So that was false. That was false. To this day, they haven't retracted that. So we have Samantha, the only person with ovaries of steel, suing Meghan Markle. Suing Meghan Markle. The other people who can hold her accountable is the royal family, who had an inquiry and an inquest into the bullying allegations, and now they're burying it. Basically, denying her victims the right to be heard, the right to speak, the right to tell their stories, the right to be vindicated. The UK courts had a chance to hold Meghan Markle accountable when she committed perjury. Because that's what she did. Instead, they say, oh, the Duchess is doing. And they acted in a very creative way, according to the law in the UK. They were very creative with the law in the UK to allow her to win her case and not proceed to trial. The UK Parliament can hold her accountable by holding the monarchy accountable, making her explain why she said the lies that she said, because what she said on that interview, in spite of the fact that Harry contradicted her completely, and this is where the book is going today. So please, I'm asking, this is to the Sugars, please tell me one redeeming quality of Meghan Markle. The Royal Foundation have raised over 24 million pounds after the Duke and Duchess, after Harry and Meghan left. And they are donating it to a lot of people. Prince William has the Earthshot Prize, donating 50 million pounds. And we can see it because last year you have 5 people who won. And he's doing this towards building the earth and stuff like that. And they don't get awards because that's their job. That's what a real philanthropist does. Meghan Markle wants to charge for charity, and she wants people to know that she's somehow associated to charity just because she created a website called Archwell, because that's a website. By the way, I forgot to mention the last time that Archwell declared that they had $50,000. That's all they made because they're a small charity. We're not even counting the salaries of all the staff they have. So how can Harry and Meghan have donated that? So please tell me, it's not that I'm pro-Catherine, but I am against Meghan. And the reason for that is, I've listed so many. Meghan Markle, when she says, I don't know how I got here, that speech in that monologue she did in The One Young World, because she's probably surprised that her lies and her grift paid off. She probably didn't think she'd get this far. Leave me your comments and apologize for this video. It's because you have no idea, I receive a larger than normal amount of emails about Meghan Markle and why I'm so racist. I am not a racist. You can call out people. You can call out institutions without being against it. You can criticize them, even if you like those institutions, when they're failing to do their things. I don't like Meghan Markle. I've never liked her, and that's not a lie. Why would I say, oh, I used to like her? No. From the moment I saw her, I knew something was off. And then she's proven me right. What do you guys think?